Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Wednesday night racing action here this evening as we get all locked and loaded from Richmond once again. That's right, the AAA broadcasting haulers took a trip here on Monday and have quickly returned as we get ready for 200 laps of an all-out gladiatorial bout that's only going to see one winner here this evening. Who's going to stand on top of that podium and who's going to go home left with the scraps? We're just going to have to wait here and find on out. But first, let's get things all started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you at the proud supporters here of the VRL. Some fantastic sponsors like Dave Mayberry and Blue Fox Properties. Be sure to go and give them a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area where he's located, or anywhere across the country. Let him and his 18 years of experience get you into the home of your dreams. And trust me, you're going to need all the help you can get because this housing market is just getting crazier and crazier. So be sure to get yourself a good quality realtor today. And of course, after all that stress, you might need to take a little vacation. Well, hit on up GC Cruise Travel. All his contact information for Mr. Greg Klein is on your screen, whether that's by phone, by email, or over there on Facebook. Be sure to give him a shout. He specializes in cruises, but he can get you all set up with whatever type of vacation that you are looking to do. So trust the travel experts over there at GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of AAA broadcasting. It's awesome to be able to get to say that, the official travel provider. Makes me feel professional. Meanwhile, I'm Alan Brown. I am suffering through a somewhat torn tricep right now. Even though I still played golf, I should not have. But nonetheless, I am still joined by the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, here in the booth with me here this evening. And Alan, we saw a race here earlier this week with the next-gen cars. Now we're coming back here with something a little bit more stable in these trucks, and I've been watching the practice here. It's still a little slippy and slidey, but I think we're going to be in store for some good racing.
Yeah, this is Richmond. This is probably my least favorite track to drive, but it's a fun one to watch for me. These guys are going to get this thing figured out. This D-shaped track is tough to tame, but if you can get power down coming out of 2 and out of 4 without losing the rear end and make passes without wrecking yourself, which we see quite a bit of here at this track. You're gonna have a great night tonight here, so looking forward to this one for sure. And it's awesome they're following the NASCAR schedule, and get to see if these guys can stand up to this track like the Cup guys did the other day.
And that indeed is down there on pit road. He's making his list and checking it twice, making sure everybody's numbers lined up once and maybe twice. Mr. Adam Turner, our anger management specialist down there, getting all locked and loaded. And Adam, I know we saw a little bit of anger here on Monday, and of course, kind of a short track field, tricky track. That kind of emotion's gonna come out.
Yeah, Monday was kind of a mess. I hope we don't see that. We had fewer trucks too, or cars, whatever we were on that day. I don't remember, but it was a mess. I think these guys are a little better here as far as there's just a few better drivers here. That's just a little opinion on this league. I think these guys are good, but I think we're still going to see some issues. I think we're going to have issues, but hopefully not quite as many as we saw the other night. This track is nuts. Coming out of 4, people putting power back in it as the tire wears out. I think that's been an issue, and then some stuff happens on the backstretch sometimes in 2. Out of 2, I think English had a problem with 2. But it's a racetrack, and we have race trucks, and we have the vigilante guys, and we have travel agents and realtors on board to provide you with the best racing product on iRacing that we can provide, the best broadcast team in the business, according to us. Well, that's just my opinion, but I have a lot of opinions. Doesn't make me anything special. Most of them are just kind of crazy stuff I say, and people laugh at me. So I'd like to do that with y'all and share some. But other than that, let's do the rules tonight there, Brown. 1 fast repair, 60% fuel, 4 total sets of tires, 25 incident points. You'll get a penalty, and you'll get another penalty at it every time you get 6 more. So there will be no DQs. I think tonight's a perfect night for racing. 70 degrees. Should be good.
And that it should be, as we take a look here at tonight's race info. Like you said, some beautiful weather out here under these stars and under the lights as these drivers head on out for qualifying right now. No problems whatsoever on that side of things, but that brings us down to the key to the race, where they do need to pay attention to this one. You got to be easy on that go-go pedal. We've seen so many self-spins here where it's just self-inflicted wounds. There's not even bumper taps or anything like that. It's just that easy to go around if you get too hard into the gas tonight.
Yeah, you don't even need somebody else to help you out. Yeah, exactly right there, Brown. You can come at it too, and everything's going just perfect, and you don't feather the throttle quite right, give it a little bit too much, and around you go. And there's not a lot of room between the track and that inside wall, so chances are you're going to nose into it and maybe lose an engine, or at least be pouring out smoke as you come around the track, trying to get to the pit lane to get that thing fixed.
Speaking of, just as the 085 shows an example of such.
I was going to say, Brown, I was watching Dobson there. The friendly Canadian, it wasn't very friendly what he did to his truck. And he's doing it again. Cold tires, and you're trying to kick up a real fast couple laps. It's very tough to do. But this isn't a track that I don't think you kind of want to at least qualify middle of the pack. Being in the back, it's tough to come back from something like that as far as starting point.
Indeed, it's qualifying slowly finishing on up here. About 45 more seconds left in that. And we thank you all for tuning in and watching. Glad to have you all on aboard. Of course, I'm sure all y'all have already, but if you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time we go live. And of course, be sure to hit that thumbs up button here as well.
Yeah, you got to get notified. I don't think it's annoying either. It's not like we're going to text you all times of the day and night, trying to sell you anything. We're just letting you know, or the YouTube machine's letting you know that, hey, we're going to have a broadcast. Maybe you should get your TV dinner and sit down with a cold one in front of your big giant screen TV and watch the race with us.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Sounds good to me.
Yes.
What also sounds good to me is that these drivers have completed their qualifying times, which means we get to send it on down and tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here tonight. The 33 of Jess Vaught, looking for some redemption from last week at Pocono and picking up a pretty good starting spot up there on pole position. He's gonna have the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon starting to his outside. 92, Mr. Greg Klein getting a great starting spot up there as well, alongside the 27 of Mr. Timothy Pope. 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant getting things kicked off inside of that top 5. Just outside of that top 5 and to the outside of the 8 is the 01 of Mr. Kelly Keel, having a pretty good spot there in 6th. The 23 of Sean McDonald, one of the native Canadians over here, starting tonight in 7th. 69, Larry Dickerson, looking to get things revved on up in 8th. You got the 53 of Jeremiah Burke and his championship cheerleaders over there, starting tonight in 9th. And the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, getting the field rounded off for this top 10.
Yeah, the 18 Andrew Player starts in 11th. 12th will be Mike Adamson in the 88. Osborne in the 81 and Eaton in the 14 make up row number 7. Row number 8 is going to be the 82 machine of Michael Everidge and the 28 of George Rincon to his outside. 17th place will be the 29 of Dave the Gambler Mayberry, and the 49 of David Kelly will start in 18th place. And making up row number 10 and rounding out your top 20, the 6 of Trevor Robertson and the 98 of Mike Taylor.
Yeah, Chad McCabe in the 11s, 21st, 22nd, the 123 John Gallagher. 085 Greg Dobson, he starts 23rd. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. I don't know who's starting where because some of them didn't grid. Josh Bittner shows him 24th. Then we have Albert Anderson should be 25th, Andrew Cawthon 26th, Kyle Vaught 27th, and Jonah Long starts 28th. Lori Vaught is the race control. We thank her in advance.
And there were some EOLs there, that's why.
Yeah, that's another thing. When you get down into it, people are penalized from last week, and I didn't hear who all got penalized, but I know there was a few, so the back end may start a little different than what I described.
It's just what happens.
Yeah, my part doesn't matter anyway.
So you are deaf, hard of hearing? How can I describe you?
Okay, they're going to start off with that one that quick?
Yeah,
Okay, that was good.
yes he is, but that YouTube chat's starting to fire up already there, Mr. English.
Yeah. What's going on?
Got a lot of folks joining us over there in the YouTube chat. Thank y'all for being here. Texas MD Original says, let's go. That's what Chandler Man says also. Let's go. Always a good time with AAA's Live. Thank you very much for being here. Peyton McGowan pulling for the 81 of Josh Bittner. Missed opportunity for this stream to be called Risk It for the Biscuit at Richmond Raceway.
That's good.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Taylor Provak's here as well, saying great night for racing. Kick some butt, number 33, and here we go.
Here we go indeed as the 07. Ooh, I think he might have jumped that start just a little bit too much. Gets that nose out in front of that 33. We're going to see if he gets a black flag here, but he's alongside that 33 right now, side by side with the 33 down on the bottom. Oh, the 07 scrapes the outside wall, getting his early stripe already slashed across that car. Meanwhile, right behind them, you got the 92 trying to filter past the 27 and the 8 and the 01, having a good side-by-side battle as well. Behind them, it's a little single file for a little bit, and then it's the 69 and the 18 going side-by-side, having some good speed down there. Looks like the 69 going to tuck in the line behind the 18. Oh, as there goes the 8 machine hard up into that outside wall.
So
Yeah.
involved Kelly Kill and the 23
Hmm.
of McDonald.
I think the 23 of McDonald just really not having a place to go, is forced to kind of park in line there. Let's go ahead and kind of see what happened here. Jumping on up into our chopper camera. I'm almost willing to bet someone probably got loose. Yeah, someone got a little loose. Looks like it was the 01 gets a little loose. But did it become... He had it straightened out. I think there probably would have been contact, but there was some net code in there as well. And yeah, the 23 really nowhere to go with all the action happening straight in front of him like that, as the 8 and the 01 grind their noses into the outside wall, and it just becomes a little bit of a parking lot down there.
Taylor Provak's also pulling for the 16 machine, the other vault on the track. Albert Anderson's pop out there saying, "Go get him, Albert. Don't worry about starting in the back. It'll just make it sweeter when you finish on the podium." Thanks for being here, Papa Albert, and thank you, Mike Adamson, for the compliment. AAA Broadcasting, we appreciate you, bud. And of course, Earl Evans, who we sponsor, but we don't really sponsor him. Thank you for being here as well, bud.
Man. Speaking of America's driver, Albert Anderson, what kind of car is he driving tonight? He's got the old Love You Blue paint on. The Oilers, best team in Texas. The Houston Oilers. Yeah, they're amazing. Too bad they were stolen away by some animals in Tennessee.
Well, I mean, he at least got it right and said it was the Houston Oilers, not the Tennessee
That's true.
Oilers.
I'm going to give him props for that, and that is a good-looking paint. I like it.
Yeah, it's
Somewhere
pretty good.
Bum Phillips is smiling.
Who?
No, he's not. Tom Phillips isn't happy about this.
Who?
I got a picture of him.
Support.
I got a picture of him on. He used to hang out at the bar. Got a picture of him on the wall in my office.
Hey, for the folks like Brown who doesn't know who Bum Phillips is, explain to the folks who.
He was the head
Bum
coach,
Phillips
very
is.
popular head coach of the Houston Oilers back in the 70s and 80s.
I was going to say, this is way before me.
Gary Glanville, too. Remember when he used to wear that black fur coat everywhere? Oh, that guy was nuts.
Before he went to Atlanta, I guess.
He's still alive. He's coaching in one of these other offshoot leagues right now, I think.
He was also a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, he's kind of a.
Gary
He'd always leave 2 tickets for Elvis at the will call every game.
Well, you know who else is I can't say official NASCAR. Well, is ARCA officially NASCAR?
I think they are aligned.
Are they?
I think so.
I think they did eventually.
I think they just bought them. Yeah.
The Malcolm in the Middle actor Frankie Muniz has been doing a lot of
pretty
the
well.
ARCA racing. Yeah, he takes that stuff very seriously. This isn't like
It's not a joke. Yeah.
some actor just jumped into the car for kicks and grins. You know, he's actually out there trying to race.
Like Paul Newman, he was serious about it too. It wasn't NASCAR, but he loved racing.
And with the 200 laps in store for these drivers here tonight, going back to the green flag here on lap number 8. Long way to go. Halfway point being called at the completion of lap number 100 as the 07 and 33 get going here once again. And the 33 with a better jump on that restart. He gets by the 07 free and clear. That's allowing the 92 of Greg Klein to try to sneak his nose up underneath Dixon as well. You got the 53 Jeremiah Burke trying to shuffle his way on down and past the 27 of Timothy Pope here with the 18 and a whole bunch of other traffic in tow. You got the 81 going side by side with the 88 here as the 81 machine trickles on by. 55 squeaks by the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Meanwhile, still side by side back here with the 6 of Trevor Robertson, 82 of Mike Everidge as well. You also got David Kelly in the 49 machine going side by side with the 98, 7 trying to make his way on through, fighting some computer issues here tonight. The 123 of John Gallagher, the 99 of Albert Anderson making his way on through. So we got some good side by side racing throughout this entire field.
Another NASCAR driver who was a celebrity outside of racing was Marty Robbins, country singer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Ran a couple seasons in Cup.
Ooh, the 98 got spun a little bit. I don't
Oh,
know.
there he goes.
Yeah, brought it out.
Yeah, it gets slid up against that outside wall.
That truck gonna need a Band-Aid or two on the front end there after that collision with the wall.
Oh, now, again, I don't know if there was actually contact made. It kind of looked like there might have been. Let's see. And there was the 7 just getting that quarter panel as the 98 was checking up in the middle of the corner here and kind of getting snuck up there. 49 with a little bit of a love tap, but again, that he really didn't have anywhere to go, and that kind of spun that 98 up against the outside wall. But
And that's
other than that,
drifting.
it was a pretty good, really, not a whole lot of damage there.
No, but that's, tracks like this, some people's lift point, break points, just that much, just a little bit different than yours, or
Yeah.
maybe you weren't paying attention just quite, you missed your mark. And that's why you see some of that stuff. That's just part of kind of short track racing right here. It's only 3/4 of a mile, this track.
Crowded out there pretty quick here too with a field this big, but these guys are going to work through it. And we talked about last night too. This is or night before last. I'm sorry. This is a rhythm track. You're going to have to get into that rhythm to survive here. It might take a little while to get into it, but these guys will get the hang of it before long. Earl Evans said he's going to miss the next 3 races due to work. Yeah, we hate to see you not here like that, buddy, but you got to go out and make that dough.
Yeah, trying their best out here.
Oh, man, I got distracted. It smells like popcorn in here.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice. A good popcorn's pretty good every once in a while.
You
Speaking,
can spend the next, however many hours or days picking all the little kernel shells out of your teeth.
Yeah, that can happen too.
speaking of distracting here, getting a phone call I got to take real quick. Give me a second.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll take it from here. We'll go right to the conspiracy
I
theories if you want.
when I return, don't want to be hearing about getting canceled by Richard McCoy Gray. Okay, so
Okay.
so behave.
All right. We'll be. Never mind.
We'll perform the natural obligations here.
Oh no, we won't. Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna do the normal do. I'm not gonna say anything crazy. No, but there's some stuff happening in the news. I pay attention to pop culture, right? I mean, I like to have a fair and balanced opinion. But it's just a crazy world we're living in right now.
It is.
A little upset with it, but I can't do anything. So that's why I just try to have fun with this vigilante guys here at iRacing, man.
This is our getaway, right? This is our.
Yeah, why am I
Or
bringing
how
up
we-
craziness?
We get away
During
from
our
the real
getaway.
world here, once a week here on Wednesday nights with these guys. And you don't have to worry about all your troubles and your cares.
You know how the Chinese spy balloon thing, how it's like, look at the Chinese spy balloon, and then, then they do something under the table. And now it's the aliens. Look at the aliens, we found out they're true, and we have a witness, and and then all this other stuff's happening over here, but watch, it's like a magician. Watch this hand, the alien hand while other
We've known
stuff's going on.
about aliens since.
Yeah, long time.
47.
Everybody's known about that. Here we go. Let it rip.
And here we go, side by side, coming out of turn number 4 through the Geico restart zone. The 33 and the 07 side by side once again. It looks like the 33 got the better of the 07 on that restart. See if he can continue to hold on to that spot. The 07 answering right back with a little tap to the tailgate there. on Jess Fought's back bumper. Tim Pope in the 27 right behind Jack Dixon there in the Dixon Cider number 07 truck. What a sponsor.
What a cider. I mean, that one's really good. I don't know if
yeah.
y'all had it. Look at the Love You Blue go in the 99. You're probably not going to be able to see everything while our leader is away. You know, they
Our deer
abducted our
leader.
leader.
That's what you're required to call him, the deer leader.
No, I thought he was like, what do they, he was commandant. He's the #1 master. I don't know. What is he? Supreme leader. That's what he is, the supreme leader. But America's driver with that oil derrick on that thing. I wish you could see it. That's amazing. Old Oilers.
Give it up, man. The Oilers have been gone since 92, something like that.
It was 96 or 5.
96. Oh man.
Yeah, I saw them their last season there at the Astrodome. It was sad. Very sad.
Start a single file out here. The top 5, 6, 7, top 7 all nose to tail here. I think they all know that there's quite a few laps here to click off. Might as well kind of get in line. And
yeah, and Andrew Cawthon's had some issues. He disconnected, then he reconnected. Now he's gone to the packet loss, which means he's having computer problems. So we'll see if he comes back. Andrew Cawthon currently out of the race.
Dixon trying to loosen up the 33 and make something happen on the inside, but just lost the momentum. Could not get all the way on the inside of the 33 there.
Let's see who's moving on up the board. Oh, somebody's around in the grass. We don't know if we'll be able to see that on the camera, but let me see who that was.
We're still green here, so that
was
staying
Osborne.
off of the racing surface here. Jonathan
Yeah.
Osborne.
Yeah, he kept it. Got it. He's back on the track with no implications other than him.
Hopefully Chachi able to catch up to the back of the field, or at least stay out of the way of these leaders who are going to be coming here shortly. Looks like we were just here at this track.
We were.
Monday? Was it Monday?
I believe so. Trevor Robertson's up 7. Albert Anderson's up 15.
Oh, wow.
They're running pretty hot right now. Yeah, I think it was Monday. And we probably had 5 cautions by this far in the race Monday, so we're doing a little bit better.
Austin Paul said it takes him a solid 2 days to get all the kernels out of his teeth, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
He finishes like last time at Richmond, he said he's got his popcorn ready for tonight.
Yeah, get that. You ever put like hot sauce on top of it?
Yes.
Yeah, or Cholula or whatever. Just any kind of hot sauce. I like Louisiana hot sauce, Tabasco.
So what my wife does, she'll pop a bowl of popcorn. She'll take a bowl and put it in the middle of the popcorn and put Louisiana hot sauce in it, and then she'll eat popcorn with chopsticks and dip the popcorn in it one at a time.
Chopsticks?
Yeah.
What the heck? This American. The popcorn's American. That's like some Iowa stuff. And she's ruining it with
Yellow
chopsticks.
flag is out here.
I didn't see what happened there. I'm gonna have to look.
It looks like Chad McCabe getting all spun about, and he's got some severe damage there. I think he might have to tow. Yeah, and there goes the engine as he gets back into that pit stall. So let's kind of see what happened with Chad McCabe going side by side. Little fishtailing action with the Band-Aid machine.
It almost looked like net code, maybe. I guess you could tell from your chopper.
You know what it is? I think it was the 11 was kind of getting that loose push up out of the corner and corrected it, which got him a little bit more loose, and then corrected it again, which just kept getting him looser and looser, and eventually he just goes on around, and oh man, that was a hard impact into that inside wall.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard impact. The pieces were flying, which is really cool with the new damage model. iRacing does such a cool job with that. They've come a long way in the last few years, but adding neat features like that.
Man, that indeed, and I will say, so the phone call was for the porcelain company asking for a deposit. There might be a return call if that payment doesn't go through.
Yeah, you gotta pay. Just pay the fiddler. That's what I say. And sometimes they call.
Did you buy
I'll
a
tell
new
you.
commode?
Well, yeah, he might have.
I,
Oh, okay.
you don't know.
I mean,
I'm trying to keep it,
yeah, he just we
in
try to
code,
keep
man.
everything in just fun and light, and then he just ruins the whole joke.
You ruined everything, English.
You
Yeah,
do.
sorry.
I was with you, Brown. We have to have a post race meeting again with this guy.
Fire me.
Yeah, but we did not go off the rails. I've talked a little about aliens, but that was it. I
Yeah,
didn't go
very,
into
very
really
limited.
crazy politics or anything like, how people are being unfairly treated and stuff like that, how there's a two-tiered system of justice in this country. I didn't mention any of that. None of that.
Nor will he.
No, I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut on that. Let's watch the race,
He won't
observe and
mention
report.
He won't mention the deep state at all.
Never.
Or
No.
any of that tonight. At
No.
least.
No. I'm going to try not to. Not a fact. A C, A with an I in the middle. They run everything, and they're basically in cahoots with the FI with the B in the middle.
But
Yeah.
he'll never mention any of that on the air.
No, I mean, why would I? They'd come after me. I don't want them coming after me. Because he may come after my friends and family, and you guys are part of my
That's true.
friends and family. I don't want those guys to come after y'all.
That makes me feel special.
I know. You're like on the friends list,
Oh, well, of
I'm your
course.
friends and family.
Yeah, friends and family. You guys are. If you get all the discounts, if I get if I
Am I
get
gonna
any
be-
discounts. Well, yeah, we'll work on that.
We're not that close.
There's nothing left. I mean, what do you want? A chunk of dirt out here? You want a house payment?
I want your carboys. I want all your fermenters.
Yeah, you can have that.
Your beer signs and stuff too.
No, those are. I have to pass those down.
I want your deep freeze. I need temperature control fermentation for my lagers.
Man, you're really writing me off already.
Let me come down there and just put a little sticky note on the back of everything that I want. Is that all right?
Okay, go. Yeah, come on over.
We did that at my
Whatever.
grandma's house. She wanted us to do that. Isn't that funny?
That's funny.
Kind of morbid, but
It is. At least you're not fighting it over at the end after she's gone,
All right, meanwhile, here we go once again, getting all restarted with the 33 and the 27 going side by side. The 07 has slipped back down into third, so he's going to stay in line here while that 27 rides that high line alongside that 33, not giving an inch and not giving away any run here. They remain side by side. Right behind them, a pack of hungry drivers fighting on through. 53 Jeremiah Burke, 18 of Andrew Player having a good fight as the 33 of Vaught getting a little loose coming out of the corner, able to save it from going around, but able to still lost quite a few positions. He's going to have to fight his way back up through this mob of traffic that's around him.
to do it maybe, but yeah, man, one little slip up there and lost 6 positions. That was rough.
Yeah, they all count here. It's hard to get back to the front, the longer this thing goes on. And we're still
07 in the wall.
super early in the race, though.
And Jack Dixon smacked the outside wall there on the backstretch. Not hard, not so hard though that it slowed him down much. He's still, it's like he's still fighting for second here.
Oh, I hope he didn't ruin that paint, because his sponsor would be they wouldn't be happy with that. He
Sure.
ruined his Dixon cider paint job. I hear that's a big fun thing in Canada. That cider. All right.
I
Well,
mean, I imagine so. I mean, on a cold, those cold Canadian nights. I mean,
yeah,
that's
there's
really
nothing to do,
that's
but
really what you want.
right. I mean, of
Once
course.
the Dixon cider, yeah.
Look at Osborne's paint, though. It's on the back. It says, "Can I get a wooden spoon?" I don't know what that means, but the paint is really sharp, and you can tell it's Osborne. It's very bright, yellow and green.
53
Orange?
machine.
Ooh, caution's out.
Yellow.
Ooh, yellow is out indeed.
Who was
Having
that?
oh, looked like Albert Anderson with an issue here.
Dang it. Albert. Come on, America's driver. What happened there?
And it looks like it was self-induced as well. Oh, just getting that loose coming off of the corner and hard into the inside wall. Same thing we saw earlier, and a blown engine. Bits and pieces all over the racetrack. And man, oh man.
Yeah, you could hear that engine blow. That's too bad for him. Really hurt my feelings hitting that beautiful paint scheme into the wall like that.
Come the leaders down the pit lane.
Right, so we're lap 39, 40. Probably.
A fifth of the way through, something like that.
So are they going to do fuel and tires or just fuel here at this stop? Let's see.
That's a great question. Let's wait and see and find on out.
A lot of them are just getting fuel, Brown. I've been just down here doing my sleuthing. You
Yeah,
know?
well, we are about halfway through the first stage here already.
Yeah. So maybe get tires on the next stage or on the stage break.
That's a possibility here. Hold on.
Albert Anderson pops in. Oh no, Albert, what happened? Albert Anderson.
Gave it too much gas, I think, right there. Tire wear probably affected that too.
Chan the Man 72 saying, oof, hard hit. Love the new damage model.
Mhm. It is cool. iRace is just cool in general, you know.
All they're missing is the little trucks that go out there with the guys that jump out and pick up the parts. And
Yeah, and then the guy that, what are those? They call those dryers when it's raining.
jet dryers.
Yeah, the jet dryers.
Airtight.
Remember that time that guy slammed into one and caught on fire?
Juan Pablo.
Was that
Juan
him?
Pablo Montoya came out of the pits
Yeah.
somehow and lost it and slid up the track and hit one of them.
Yeah. That was an insane scene, too. That was Daytona, wasn't it? I think so. It was Daytona at night. It was wild.
Messed the track up a little bit right there. It got so hot, all that fuel dumping out of that air dryer. I think those are the ones the older ones that was a helicopter engine, I believe, that they used, the turbine engine.
Yeah, it was.
Push the air to dry the track out.
Yeah. We're getting this thing, kind of going. I think we need a good stretch here. Let's hope we have a nice long run to the stage break here. That'd be really fun to watch.
Yeah, that would be definitely nice. Give me a second. I'm setting something up so I can actually control this thing from my phone.
Control the race from your phone?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Elon, call this guy. I mean, take him from us. He's gifted and talented. We don't deserve him. Please, Elon. Just take him away.
Lights
part
right
of
on
the-
pit truck. Here it comes down onto the pit lane.
Now I can
Yeah.
run it from his phone.
It's going to be the 92 and the 33 getting things all started off side by side. The 6 and the 01 right behind them. Whole force of Vigilante Force on up here kind of towards the front side of things. 28, 23 battling it on out. Same thing with the 84 trying to sneak his way on up this field with that Chudzilla machine.
I still can't believe you can run this thing from your phone now. What? Go ahead, English. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. 33 dropping down in front of Greg Klein after the restart. Greg Klein, a teammate of Vaught, all over Vaught's back bumper. We know that Greg Klein, I mean, he'd wreck his own grandma to win a race. We are.
Yeah, Jess probably needs to be aware of that.
Vigilante Force 1, 2, 3 here, though, with Kelly Keel bringing up third position right now.
Well, they did not pit, so that might be part of it.
And 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to squeeze by the 23 of Sean McDonald here down on that bottom side.
Looks like Andrew Cawthon, his connection woes just overwhelming. I don't think he's gonna make it tonight.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I don't know if you. I guess you don't listen to me at all. I mean,
But
you know,
it looks like he gave up. You know, I heard you talking about him connecting.
yeah, no,
Looks like he gave up at this point.
yeah. I think it's over for him for the night. Sometimes it's not your night with the old internet, you know. We've all been there. Albert's back in a fast truck. He must have obviously used a fast repair. Is he a lap down? I haven't looked here. Yeah, he's a few laps down. Albert, yeah, America's driver.
He scored 3 laps down.
It's gonna be tough.
Chan, the man out there in the YouTube chat, pulling for. He says, "Let's go ADY." That's team ain't dead yet.
EDY, huh?
Yeah. Took me a
Nice.
second to figure that out. I'm like, what? What is he
I know. These people like to shorten everything. You know, we talked about that the other day. You know, Starbucks is Starbs or Starbies, you know.
Starbies.
I got corrected because I think these people, you know, they shorten everything. And instead of Starbucks, they say Starbs, but I was corrected. It's Starbies.
Which is the same number of syllables as Starbucks.
Right.
Just call it the right thing.
And instead of saying situation, they say situation. Yeah.
I was thinking about that today.
These younger generation, they don't like English, I guess. The language, not you.
Yeah. Everybody likes me.
I know.
Speaking full sentences is so hard.
It's texting. I guess everybody's creating a new language via text. Brown, you with us? You got
I'm
control
still
with your
here.
phone? What's happening?
No,
Okay.
I'm still here.
How you
All right,
control
well.
this with the phone? I don't understand what that means.
It means
Oh,
I can control stuff with my phone.
Yeah.
Like right now, I just set it to exciting. Which
From the phone.
from the phone.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get you an internship with Elon or something. I know some people. I'll tweet them or X them or whatever they call it now. I got you a guy that you probably need to look at. You could run your Starbase link thing and Boca Chica, no problem.
It's totally possible here. We're getting a pretty good green flag run going on, which is always nice to have. Now a little bit past halfway in this opening stage. Side by side goes the 84 and the 14, having a good side-by-side battle here. 69 as well with the 7, Larry Dickerson and Jonah Long. How about some of these people kind of towards the back? Mike Taylor trying to get back into the rhythm of things and chase down that 123 of John Gallagher, who's trying to chase down that 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon. Kyle Vaught just kind of making his way. This, especially for a rookie in his first season, this is kind of one of those you get to really test your mettle kind of tracks here for Kyle Vaught.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a technical track. He's learning how to work these tracks here in iRacing.
Yeah, it's pretty tough at this, for a newcomer, a track like this. What? Go ahead there, English. What?
Yeah, I was going to ask Brown if did your Stream Deck die or something?
What do you mean? No, it's my Stream Deck's working. My Stream Deck's working just fine. It just has a mobile application, so I can control stuff, and I can control the Stream Deck from my phone. So if I add a few, add a few, hotkeys, I can rewind, play, focus on crashes, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Don't ask him technical questions. You don't know the answer. It's over your head, English.
Well, I didn't know he had a Stream Deck to do all that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing it from my phone." Like, okay.
He's got everything over there.
Meanwhile, the 14 and the 8 going side by side.
Yeah, it looks pretty on the TV. I'm just going to give you a compliment there. It really looks nice.
Really shouldn't notice a difference here.
No, I don't.
Well, perfect.
I like watching the YouTube as well. Make sure everything's on point. As an executive producer of this whole program, I like to make it look good.
And meanwhile, as we ride here with the 69 of Larry Dickerson, almost giving a tap to that 84's rear quarter panel there, but just being able to avoid that as he goes side by side after watching the 82 make the pass.
Oh man, Ricone and 8, the number 8.
Oh man, this one's gonna be going on for a hot minute.
And just as I thought we were getting into great long run there, I don't know what happened. I don't know if Bryant came up or Ricone came down. You're gonna have to be the judge there, Brown.
Oh man, yeah, that was an impact. Oh goodness.
Ooh. Parts everywhere.
Yeah, parts everywhere, but that's what Shane the Man really likes. He likes seeing all the oops, didn't want cockpit, I wanted chopper. And it looked like the 8 might have been drifting up a little bit, in my humble opinion, but
I agree. I second that. Or as they like to say in the Senate, just ramble on until somebody tells you you're supposed to say I. And then the person says hi and starts rambling on, and they say, no, say I. And it just goes on and on, So, but I second your opinion. I
have 2.
English, do you second or third the opinion?
Nay.
So say, oh, you're the nay guy.
Nay.
Okay. Oh, not with the goats again.
Those damn goats.
You ever had goats on your place or anything?
Yeah.
They're just vile creatures,
They're nasty.
They're like cats.
Billy goats are nasty.
Yeah, the billy goats are the ones that are bad. And some of them are mean. They got little attitude problems, and they jump on your car or your truck, and just savagery out there.
So a whole bunch of new takers heading on down onto pit road, getting all their pit boxes done, which means from the lead, the 33 of Jess Vaught filters back to the mid pack here of this field. He's going to have the 16 of his boy, Kyle Vaught, starting right in front of him. So I got a feeling that back bumper, the 16 machine, might want to watch out a little bit here.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to want that. Going to have to show his son up for sure.
200 laps in this race, and we're a long way from the end here.
Andrew Cawthon says technical difficulties with his wheel.
Oh,
Was having issues. I don't know if he's says he's connected. I don't know if he's actually in the race again. But have you ever had an equipment issue? Either of y'all? Like
yeah, I
that-
lost a
all
power
the time.
steering pump. Yeah.
Yeah. Power steering.
Yeah, I lost my power steering pump one time.
Oh, in the iRacing, not. We're not talking in real life. This is a simulation. Yeah, it was. I think. Didn't you burn a wheel up, Brown, or something like that?
Oh yeah, mine got a little smoky after a Super V8 race at the Texas Short Road Course.
Can't
Yeah,
let
well,
that
start a
factory
fire.
smoke out. Yeah, if you let the factory smoke out of that device, it'll no longer, function as well as it did.
Thankfully, it was a rubber smoke, not an electronic smoke.
Oh, that's good.
But nonetheless, we get ready here to head on back to the green flag. Gonna have the 88 of Mike Adamson and the 27 of Timothy Pope, both pitting back on lap 40. I'm kind of assuming they should be able to make it.
Yeah, I think they can make it to at least this stage break.
And that indeed is. Here we go. Green flag is out, and away we go. Back to green flag racing here from Richmond, side by side. Adamson and Pope head on down into the corner. Former teammates back in the Limitless esports days. They had a team going, but all parties deciding to just pursue different ventures down there. Speaking of pursuing different ventures, 55 Ricky Wittenberg probably giving some team orders to Pope to slow up Adamson to allow him to catch on up here as he tries to pass the 7 of Jonah Long.
Oh, that was great. The team orders thing. Whitberg and Mayberry, I think, got together on that deal.
Oh yeah, all in good fun. There was a article written that got displayed on the Discord, and at the time of that article, I had no comment, but I have a comment now.
Did you write your rebuttal yet?
I have not. At this point, a week after the incident, it doesn't seem right to us. We're going 3 wide here between the 69, 82, and the 33. 33 all the way down on the bottom, squeezes by. I think the 82 ever just kind of realized the situation and backed straight on out of it, saying, I don't want to be any bit of a part of this, as continue to race on around here. 81 of Osborne going side by side with the 07 of Jack Dixon. 23 in the 6 machine right there behind them as well. Kelly Keel, Andrew Player, Mike Daler having a good battle. David Kelly, he's fallen back a few spots here, kind of getting freight trained on the outside.
That's not good.
Never good when you get trained.
Why are there no Canadians in the top 10, eh? So Canadian guys, Dixon, McDonald, and Dobson, they're all... Yeah. I guess that's because they're using the metric system, right? Has to be. That's why they're not in the top 10 right now. Change that to, the American system, and it'll be a lot better for you.
Being too polite out there on the track, probably.
Yeah.
Might be.
Oh,
Gallagher.
The 123 going sideways. Is he able to? Yes, he was. He is able to get that thing wrangled back under control just in time before some more heavy traffic was getting around him.
So say Gallagher making contact with one of the Canadians we were just talking about.
Uh-oh.
O'Donnell in the 23 machine.
Ooh, and the 33 with a little bit of a dive down low on the 53 does get that bumper there and avoids the contact. The 53 kind of moving up the track a little bit there to just give a little bit of extra room, but just able to make his way on through, continuing to climb back up this leaderboard. He did take tires, so he does have a tire advantage here as he is starting to kind of flow through some of these drivers, easily getting past Timothy Pope there pretty quick. The 07 in the 81 fighting for a top 15 spots.
Sean McDonald, not Sean O'Donnell. I said O'Donnell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Annalie Tovar out there pulling for Team Tang as usual.
Oh, Earl, yeah, he did.
He did, but what he means is he's got that stone freight train going through his backyard, basically through his kitchen that, blares the horn occasionally.
How do you sleep at night with that train 5 feet from your room?
The Blues Brothers, you get used to it. The whole place is
Yes.
shaking and everything. And
Yeah, do you have a
You
hot
don't even
plate in
notice.
there too?
yeah, that
I
I make
know.
my toast on.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that's true. It didn't bother Elwood.
It's a 69 moves up underneath that 55, trying to steal position. No, and he comes straight up and snags the 55 machine. And that will bring out the yellow. So we're going to have I think just under a 15 lap shootout to finish out stage 1 here.
Well, I don't know. That almost looked like netcode from my view with Dickerson. Came in a little hot.
He did, drifting up the track. Ricky came down just a smidge as well. Original contact made, and then it was just like a Band-Aid brand gets stuck on you. And boof, both trucks getting into that outside wall.
Yeah, well,
I was trying to figure out a good time to pull that one out, knowing that we have a Band-Aid branded truck out there tonight.
I know. I appreciated that. That was good. Band-Aids.
Looking at my YouTube feed for a second there. Somebody's selling a barber chair in the neighborhood. Remember Boss Hogg that had the
I
barber
have
chair? in his
one.
office?
I have one.
Do you have one?
I do. I bought one in an
How
estate sale
comfortable is
because they're
that?
awesome. They're pretty nice. I have it in my shop, but my shop's not done yet. But once it's done, it'll be a showpiece up there. You should buy it. How much? What are they asking for it?
$250.
Oh, I paid like $15 for mine. It's probably from the '70s. Mine. You probably have they're probably got a fancier one. I'll have to look at it after the race.
Yeah, there's one of my best friends in high school. His grandpa had a Napa store, and his grandpa spent all this money to get this big fancy barber chair behind the parts desk.
He's where he
Like,
wanted to sit.
He could lay back, and when somebody
Yeah.
came in, he just sit up in his barber chair and go help him. It was like his
Probably-
prized possession.
Probably bankrupted the parts store.
Probably.
Oh, man. Yeah, those are cool. I do like a nice. Maybe I couldn't put it in here for my broadcasting chair or anything, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to lean back in here. I don't think.
yeah, I got one of those. They're cool. I mean, if you want, when I'm almost dead, you can put all the stuff that you can tag that. I'll let you have that one if you want that one. You put
Put my
the
name
little,
on it.
put your name on that.
Earl Evans said, speaking of the number 55, he made me a new paint. Y'all will see next week.
Oh,
Very
sweet.
cool. DEP graphics. Not DEP, D&D race graphics.
Yeah, you could getting
DEP
everything
Wrong,
confused.
wrong league.
Different
Another
show.
league.
Different show. D&D.
Long day.
Yeah. You can. Is it going to be one of those fancy, colorful paints? With maybe, hopefully, some AAA
Surf
incorporated.
shirt kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like a Tommy Bahama theme, yeah.
Yeah. Body glove. Little
It's-
body glove.
Well, you know, Tommy Bahamas. That's a fancy shirt for the old guys, right?
Yeah, I can't afford stuff like that.
No, I used to find them at thrift stores and send them to my dad.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he loved them.
Look at this new shirt I bought for you, Dad.
No, he didn't care. They still worked. I mean, I'd buy them for like $10, $5. And they're expensive. You buy them new. Look, Dad, you're wearing some old dead guy's shirt.
You're the best, son.
Well, as we get lined back on up side by side, again approaching that midway stage break here. At Richmond, as the 88 and the 33 getting things all lined on up. 27 and the 7 are lined up side by side with the 6 and the 92 right behind them, as well as here we go back to the green flag it is, as the 88 machine not having to cut through so much traffic here tonight, still already up 10 spots on the day. Same thing with that 7 of Jonah Long, getting his PC issues figured on out, up 26 on the day, up inside of this top 5 as well, as the 33 breaks out to that early lead. 27 trying to dive it down low on the 7 machine. 7 getting the run off the corner up on that high side, though, kind of squeezing the 92 up against that outside fence. You also got Sean McDonald trying to make a run for the money here as well, cutting his way on up and through. And a little bit of some contact with the wall there for the 14 of Dustin with a wide, Dustin Eaton.
Pretty good little scrape on the right side there, but able to keep that truck moving.
Speaking of moving, Dylan Bryant is moving up. Looks like he's moving up pretty well. And the 8, he had a issue earlier, but he's dry. He's super fast right now is what I'm trying to say. And he's got AAA on his truck.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he does. He's also got a challenger, the 53 Jeremiah Burke, coming up underneath him right now. The 123 Jordan Gallagher and the 07 of Jack Dixon trying to come up through there as well, pick up a few extra spots. 55 Ricky Wittenberg letting the traffic go while he stays up on that high side. I got a feel Ricky's probably playing the super long game here and maybe trying to save that extra set of tires for later on.
That could be a smart move, right?
Yeah.
Well, it could be. I mean, we saw that when Jess came down, Jess Vaught now in the lead. When he came down on lap 64 and got those new tires, he flew up back through the field. I don't want to say super quick, but he was definitely making time on people.
They definitely make a difference, especially at a track like this. New shoes will help you perform pretty well out there.
Yeah, and you can't really predict what's going to happen. So having that extra set in the bank, could actually help you as you get about 20, 30, 40 to go. So we'll see. Everybody has their own little strategy. All teams have different strategies, and that's why iRacing is fun, interesting. It's not just turning left. There's some brains involved.
Strategery.
Yeah. One of the greatest lines of all time.
Excited?
I just loved it when that guy said that, Strategery. Man. These presidents, I guess they don't make them like they used to,
Like I like our last president. He had some ones like that, where I got caught for speeding. Well, how fast were you going? Well, I was speeding bigly,
Bigly. Now we got one that just mumbles and
That's true.
hangs out on the beach.
Well, he's got the Easter Bunny
World
to tell him where
crisis.
to go, in case he gets lost.
Yeah.
Tries to talk to reporters or something.
Oh, that was close right there in front of
123.
Yeah, right in front of Wittenberg. I was watching Ricky Gallagher and who was that? Gallagher and Eden. Dustin with a Y almost got into it, but they saved it.
And while that fight's going on, you also got the 6 machine trying to fight on through and get some good top 10 points here with the final 4 laps or so remaining in stage number 1. He passes the 88 machine to sneak on up into second. Now here comes that 92 Greg Klein trying to size up the 88 of Mike Adamson, the Platinum Racing team.
92 getting up there, seeing who he can climb to maybe make some positions here.
Chrome horn time. Yeah, that's for later in the race.
Almost halfway here, guys. Almost.
Getting close.
I mean, once when these guys get some good green flat laps going, this race has been absolutely flying on by as the 84 and the 49 go side by side. 84 getting the better end of that bargain. You got the 123 shuffling on kind of back up towards the 14, maybe trying to make a little bit of a comeback move against him. Not quite able to make it stick, and here comes the 55 up on long side on the far outside lane.
84 of Bittner trying a little crossover move down here, trying to make a spot. Oh, 123 and the 14 get together again, doing a little door banging. And here comes the 84. Down low, trying to take advantage.
55 and the 81 almost making some contact down there as well. So, man, looks like the 14 is really struggling out there with whatever he's got as he makes contact with the 81. 81 going around. No, he saves it. Gets it all locked back under control.
Yellow's out. I think this is our halfway point here.
This is
stage break.
We were so much exciting stuff going on in the back. I lost count of the laps, but Jess Vaught gonna be your stage winner. 6 Trevor Robertson, 92 Greg Klein, 23 Sean McDonald, 53 Jeremiah Burke, 07 of Jack Dixon, 88 of Mike Adamson, 27 of Timothy Pope, 9 of Kelly Keel, and the 7 of Jonah Long, all picking up bonus points.
Man.
14 was just out there playing tag, seeing how many people he can hit, how many people he can touch,
Yeah, maybe so.
I haven't touched that guy yet. Let me slide up.
Maybe it's for good luck or something.
Yeah,
but like we mentioned, we saw a race here Monday, and even though we had a few cautions on the first half, we still had way cleaner and longer green flag runs here, and I think it's just going to continue as we get farther into this race. So it's going to get better, I think.
Busy pit lane here, Mr. Brown. Looks like we're having most of the trucks come down.
That I could most definitely believe, as the 92 of Greg Klein has his driver camera all set up, and you can see where his pit box is right there in the middle of the corner. Well, when you're up front, that's not a problem. If he gets mired in some traffic, that's when it all kind of turns a little bit sideways here. But the 18 Andrew Player electing to not come down. He last pitted back on lap 83 for some fresh rubber and full of fuel.
Greg looks serious in that.
He's got his camera pointed where all you can see is his face and his serious demeanor.
Yeah.
Give us a smile there, Greg.
Well, little late now that the camera's off.
Yeah.
We're on a stinking delay.
Yeah. It's like a 15-second delay or something, too. I guess that's so they can censor us if they need to. Somebody's probably watching right now.
Dump button.
Somebody's in Langley just with their finger on the button right now. Just waiting for a mistake to be made.
Or some alien talk.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't really mind that.
No, right now, given the current climate, yeah, alien talk's way more acceptable than what, this real stuff that's going on. Chefs showing up dead,
Chef. Not the Swiss chef.
No, the presidential chefs, they end up drowning all of them. That's been somehow was going to write a book, and now he's not alive. He got unalived somehow. Weird, wacky stuff.
Well,
the Swedish chef, though, is more fun. Go ahead, Brown.
What's not wacky is the driver that's currently here at the midway point, about halfway up through this field, and that's going to be Mr. Mike Everidge in the 82 machine, locked into 14th right now. And Mike, I know we've had a few cautions out here, but we've also seen some good green flag runs, and it definitely looks like it's stiff competition out there. A lot of 2x2.
Yeah, there's some good racing for sure, and some strategies are definitely mixing things up a little bit. When the guys, that last caution, guys took tires where other guys run 20-lap old tires. It was had some good three wide there in the back.
I think as this race progresses, it'll kind of end up like our Monday night race that we had with another league, where it kind of cleaned up towards the end of the race because guys were really starting to figure out their limit and their rhythm and all that. So hopefully the same will be here tonight, and you guys can have a great green flag run here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a good long green flag run. See what kind of strategy work out then.
Yeah, well, good luck to you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Get them on back down to Team Goodweiser, himself and George Rincon, the only two members down there, as the green flag waves, and away we go with Jack Dixon and Jeremiah Burke getting things all started on off here once again for stage number 2, and we're a little less than 100 laps away from completing this race. Here comes that 33 of Jess Vaught on another new set of tires. Will he have something here for that 53 Jeremiah Burke, who's having some connection issues, and oh no, around goes the 6, and we're gonna have a parking lot, and the 82 gets snagged up in it.
Holy curse of the broadcaster for the 82. It was not my fault.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was our fault at all. I just think he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Cold tires bit him right there.
As we head on up and kind of watch what happens with the 6 machine, just mid corner. Oh man, that truck just stepping out on him. And of course, you can already see here in this picture, you got a sideways truck blocking a lane and a half, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks all right there as well. The 18 and the 23 somehow squeeze and merge together there by the Geico restart zone on the inside. Unfortunately, that contact also allowed the 6 machine to kind of trickle on up, snag a piece of the 8, who snags a piece of the outside wall, which actually helped correct them. And the 82 of Everidge, with just nowhere to go, slaps right into the 6.
Yeah. Well, Greg Dobson says it's a 20-second or so delay. And he's in Canada, so they
Might even be more.
could be even more
him,
up there.
yeah.
Well, it's because we're not paying the taxes up there, so it may add a few seconds, you know.
Well, that and the wire's a lot longer.
Yeah, it's a super long wire from headquarters to there. I hear their president is, whatever they call him, you know, the head clown in charge or whatever. You know, he's getting like a divorce from his first, what do they call them up there? First ladies? Or first prime minister? I don't know. Interesting news always comes out of Canada. I find it fascinating. You know,
I find it
their
fascinating
style.
how your mind works. I just don't
It does-
understand how you can't put this together.
There's no real there's no real rhyme or reason, and I apologize to everyone. But during the breaks, I like to just let loose and let my mind, you know,
Yeah.
go out there. I don't understand either. That's a good. I'm gonna have to sit back and think about this one.
Exposing the public to your mind can be dangerous.
I don't, it's pretty dumb. I think I should dial it back in. This group probably has the same questions. They just don't say them, you know.
Sure. It's
That's
good, clean fun.
Beauty of it. Yeah, I didn't say anything rude or anything. I
More
wouldn't.
fodder for the podcast.
Yeah, I'm honing in on that. I think Brown's gonna have that from the control bay. He could probably control that from his phone now that he has all these fancy tools.
It's questionable.
No. Yeah, well, whatever. We'll get it squared away. We got cool microphones. I know that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't sell mine, you know, for like a bass guitar or anything or an amplifier yet.
I haven't either. Mine's right here.
I know. May have to pawn it pretty soon to pay for my legal defense.
I might have to pay, or to pay my electric bill, just skyrocketed.
Isn't it crazy? Oh my! I don't even want to tell you mine. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. Well, it's 400 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Of course, they raised the rates on everything too.
Sure.
Everything's gone up.
400 degrees.
Yeah, feels like it.
As the pace truck peels off down onto pit road, the 53 and the 33 all locked and loaded. The 07's rearing to go as well, getting right up to that back bumper of the 53 of Burke, who breaks on out side by side, still with Just Fought down into turns 1 and 2. You got Adamson player, just a whole bunch of 2x2 going on down on that back straightaway. You can also see Sean McDonald on up there as well, going side by side with player and Jonah Long. So imagine that. You guys were saying, hey, where's all the Canadians up in that top 10? Well, now you got 2 of them, Jack
There
Dixon
they are.
and Sean McDonald.
You must have heard me. They're proving me wrong.
Great drivers, man. We've been watching VRL basically since the beginning of the league, and
Yeah.
a couple of these guys that have come along in the last season or two, proven to be really consistent, really good drivers here. So I'd put Dobson in that category as well, even though he's not.
Well, they probably turned on the freedom units, Halfway through the race, they get rid of the kilometers. They go straight to freedom units, and they're back in it.
I had Just Fought able to get back around that 53 Jeremiah Burke as the 84 and teammate Ricky Wittenberg going side by side here. 81 Jonathan Osborne just asking these guys to, can you hurry this up? I want to get through as well. Just waiting for the battle to finish on up. The 27 of Timothy Pope, another one of those Ain't Dead Yet team members, going side by side with the 92 of Greg Klein, the 18 of Andrew Player, almost some 3-wide action. The 14 of Dustin Eaton is getting his nose into the mix with that one here as well.
So it looked like the 92 was being helpful to the 18 by giving him a really good push, but then he pushed him, and the 18 kind of went up the track in the corner, and the 92 just drove around him on the inside. So pretty good little strategy there from the 92.
Well, that's the only way you can really pass is...
Oh, Mike Everidge again.
Uh-oh.
He went off track for a little bit there, but able to get it all collected.
Well, watching people make mistakes is how you pass, That's how you take advantage here.
Well, that's what everybody, whenever in iRacing someone tries to do the old bump and run, it's really like a shove and send them to the freaking wall and pass. But what you're more or less talking about is just that tiny little love tap, give them that extra couple miles an hour to get them off the groove. That's the bump and run, as the 7 machine doesn't need no bump to get off his groove, as that back end slides out from underneath them.
Brian avoided that, luckily.
Are his tires fried? Is that why you saw him go sideways like that? I mean,
Well, he last pitted with everybody else there on lap 102, so he's only got about 20 laps on those tires. I think maybe he's just really trying to push it and keep the pace up here right now.
Chan, the man out there hearing about a podcast, he's like, talking about podcasts. I'm thinking about starting a podcast. I tell you what, if you do, Chandler, we will contact our agent and make sure our appearance fee gets waived if you'll have us on.
Yeah, well, let's not get crazy. Okay?
Let's not get crazy.
You know who I'm impressed with, though, is Dave, the nickname Mayberry. He's up 1 spot into 16th right now. That's from where he started. So he started in 17th. He's made his way all the way to 16th. So he's doing good. Very consistent.
He has been pretty consistent here tonight, hovering right around that 16th point. And more importantly, though, his arch nemesis, his rival, the 16 of Kyle Vaught, is back there in 24. So he's currently winning that rivalry battle.
Yeah. It's a tough track for a newer guy to iRacing,
I know. I think that's something we should probably keep track of more and more, is like which rivals finish above who,
That's true. I like that because they are true rivals.
Different teams, and ever since Kyle, even before he got his sim stuff, Mayberry was talking some smack. Meanwhile, the 085 of Greg Dobson trying to make a pass here on the 98 of Mike Taylor, whose Band-Aid machine looks like it could use a Band-Aid.
some Bondo. We don't have any Bondo sponsors out here anymore because most of these vehicles are no longer sheet metal. I think most of these stock cars are. Is it composite? Is that what most of them are now? Like plastic?
The Harbor Freight cars?
Yeah, the Xfinity cars were the first to do it, I think. Go to a composite body. It eliminated tire rub and stuff like that. So
I want sheet metal on my car.
Definitely advantages to it.
I think it's a mix and match. You know, I would imagine that, you know, maybe the front of these cars might want to have some metal around it, protect all the, you know, important stuff that makes the car actually go. But you know, the deck lid and all that stuff, you can make that out of fiberglass.
Yeah, they made a submarine out of that stuff, and look what happened with that.
Oh my God.
Composite. That doesn't work real well at about 10,000 feet under the sea.
That's carbon fiber. Did they make that out of carbon fiber or something?
Yeah, I think that's...
Ooh, it's a 07 of Jack Dixon scrapes the outside wall pretty hard there.
Davy Jones locker. Well, I've lost my iRacing. You know, this is typical time, about this three-quarter
They probably turned you off because they heard the things.
Yeah, the things. We're going to have a meeting with those guys in Boston, Brown. We got to make sure they understand. I'm all about iRacing. I'm not anti-iRacing at all. You know. I'm not spreading disinformation.
Another thing to note, they do track for bonus points as we're getting ready to go 3 wide here with the 7, the 14. Oh, and we're still going to be 3 wide. The 7 got replaced by the 84. Josh Bittner is there goes the 18 of Andrew Player around down on the inside, and that will bring out the caution.
We're right in front of him. Miss Chachi got tied up with somebody too. Went around.
Yahtzee.
2 different incidents right there, but I think they were related.
There's definitely a probability. Probability wasn't the word I was looking for, but it'll work.
Possibility, probability.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah. Oh man, the 28 just kind of accordion affected into the 81, which caused him to do that little backwards forwards and get back into the 18 of Andrew Player that sent him on around, and then the 81 as we're getting some pit stops here. As I'm trying to find the 81's number, Jonathan Osborne. There we go. Yeah, he just gets tangled up with the 123. Ooh, almost some more crazy after effects as well, but thankfully everybody getting through it. Looks to be about a 50-50 call of people staying on out here. Still about 70 laps to go.
It's kind of early to be setting your final pit strategy. I think there's too much that can happen between now and lap 200. It's definitely in the back of their minds here, though, at least, about what they're going to do. We know everybody's going to have to make at least one more stop. Yeah, Chan the man. Tell you what, let us know what you find out about the podcast thing. I know Ricky Wittenberg used to do a lot of podcasting. I think he was on SoundCloud. I think that's the platform that he was using.
Yeah.
So if you want tips on it there, Chan, I'd get a hold of Ricky, talk to him.
Well, how's this for something that's kind of fitting? 0 incident point drivers. So drivers that didn't get a single X throughout the entirety of the Pocono race, and they received 2 extra bonus points. Bittner, Pope, Adamson, Robertson, Klein, Bryant, Player, Austin, Eaton, Wittenberg, Dickerson, Cawthon, Jess, Gallagher, Chandler, Chipman, Everidge, McDonald, Laster, Keel, Dobson, Fight, Jones, Kyle, and Recon. 25 out of 31 drivers having a clean race last week. That's not going to be the case this week.
Not even a wall scrape. I mean, that's incredible. 25 out of 31 drivers. That's amazing to me.
And again, those are important bonus points. Again, it's just like 2 points. That doesn't make a difference. It makes a difference.
It will. It will for somebody. As these guys approach the end of the season, it definitely will make a difference.
Yeah, just trying to make it into that round of 12 or whichever round they start with over here. You know, typically that bubble driver, we're talking singular points of scraping on in. And again, all you got to do is get in, and you have yourself a shot at making a championship run.
Yes, indeed. These guys side by side here. We're going to get rolling here in another lap or two. Thank you to the driver of the 88 running AAA broadcasting on the back deck of that truck. We appreciate it. Here we go.
And here we go indeed with the 33 getting things started off with the 23 to his outside. 33 with a pretty good jump on that restart. The 23 not quite able to match speed for speed down there. He's going to hang on to second for the time being, while the 27 and the 88 go side by side, battling it on out. The 01 of Kelly Keel having a fantastic race here tonight. I know he got caught up in some earlier stuff, but he has fought right on back. 92 Greg Klein been doing a great job here, as well as, oh man, the 82, he was all lopsided, loosey goosey, and man, he's having some issues out there. I wonder if his suspension got all out of whack there. Let's watch what happens here as he was going 3 wide and excuse me, gets caught up right in front of the 90, who is trying his best to get off of the 82 machine there. No yellow, though, so we're continuing to race under green flag.
123 had a huge run there and barely missed the 7. Come flying through there. Could have been a catastrophe, but drivers doing their best to avoid each other there.
Catastrophe avoided.
Yes, Yahtzee.
Yeah. Well, the 28 just went around Brown. He's low on the track. There it goes.
And he will bring out the caution. Rincon, seeing that his teammate and partner over there at Goodwise are having a little bit of an issue and probably going to need a little bit help to catch back on up. It likes to have an issue here of his own. Of course, that is completely false. I'm just
made that up.
I'm just making that up.
I'm rubbing off on you with the making up stuff. But look, the 123 slid up the track. Rincon slowed down, and then I think hit the wall, and then he was rear-ended by.
I think that's Osborne in the 81 machine, and hard, difficult ride down there, and it's the inside wall, pretty square and pretty hard as well. So 28 of Rincon trying to get that truck fixed up, and I think he's doing it the old-fashioned way, trying to save that fast repair and try to get it all done manual.
Yeah, or I don't know if he used his fast repair yet.
That's also a possibility.
I heard Albert getting a lucky dog. Is that going to put him back on the lead lap? Or is he still behind one?
It's close.
It's close. Put him back. I think you put him back on the lead lap, which would be really good for him.
Yeah, America's driver back onto the lead lap.
Yeah. Man. It's a battle out there tonight, that's for sure. Richmond's no joke. We talked about it Monday. Very, very tough track. It's shaped like a 1.5 miles, but it's exactly half the size of one. So, and then the banking isn't all that supreme in certain parts of the track. So, you can get a little western out there. But I'll tell you what, I know we talk about Dave Mayberry, but I sure sometimes, this housing market, like you say, it's nuts, man. What if you want a second home? If you're rich like me, should I call him? Do you think that he could help me out and get a second home? If you're like one of the rich guys, bet he could.
It's definitely a possibility.
I just need one more trailer, and I think I'll be fine if I get one near the lake. Probably be good for me. So call him for all those needs, and then Greg Klein, like you said, travel.
You want to travel?
I would like to. I'd like to see the world.
If you could go anywhere, like one spot, you're gonna die in a week. So you're gonna spend a week in one place. Where'd you go?
Oh man, that's a good question. Brown, do you know where you'd go? I'm trying to think where I'd go.
I'd go to Cairo. I want to see like the pyramids and the Sphinx.
If I'm gonna die, I'm going somewhere here in America, man. I was born here. I'm gonna die here. I want to see something truly American. Maybe I'd like to see that. I have not, and then
you can't spend a whole week there.
Yeah, but I swing up there, then I could swing over to the, Yellowstone or something.
So you can go multiple places.
Well, I mean, I'm mobile. You give me a week to do it.
That's true. I think.
Yeah. All right, Brad.
The pace truck peels off on back down to pit road, and we go back to side-by-side racing here with the 33 and the 23, getting things all started on off, getting close to the final 50 laps here of this race at Richmond tonight for the Vigilante Racing League. Got the 92, 53, 14, and the 01 all battling out for top 5 positions. The 123, John Gallagher, making his way down low against that 07 and the 7.
A lot of 7s there for the 123 to deal with. Ease back here.
Thankfully, they are different colors, so you can at least differentiate them.
Sure.
7's a good number.
Lucky 7.
But it's got to be 3 of them, and there's only 2 right there.
Yeah. 7 is not really a very lucky number as far as race cars either. 7s and green cars, and well, ask Earl Evans about bad luck car. I mean, he knows how to paint them, or get them painted to ruin his luck every time he goes racing.
Well, he's got a new paint next week. I'm looking forward to that. Look at Jeff's spot. Sean McConnell, Jeremiah Burke, Greg Klein, and Michael Adamson. That's your top 5. They're kind of ripping some laps off pretty quick out there. 98 Taylor got a little slippery and caused some stuff, but people got around him.
Yeah, that 23 Sean McDonald absolutely having a fantastic run out there. It's the 01 of Kelly Keel tries to slide up underneath the 7 of Giona Long. Larry Dickerson in the 123 went side by side there for a quick second. Now here comes that 085 of Greg Dobson along the outside lane. You got the 16 of Kyle Vaught now up to 13th. He is right in front while battling with the 123 of John Gallagher in front of his arch nemesis, the 29 of Dave Mayberry.
Oh, man, that's wild.
One trying to push his way through there. He just couldn't get that hole to open up.
I'm going to give you my surprise of the race.
Okay.
Timothy Pope is in 20th place. This is not normal. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, he just recently pitted.
Okay, so he could be coming back. He's probably got a plan. He'll probably be first.
Yeah, well,
8 laps down. He can still win.
A few of these drivers still are probably at least one pit stop away. I think even with some of the cautions that we've had, like Jess, Jeremiah, questionable, definitely Sean McDonald, Greg Klein, all the people that pitted at that halfway competition yellow mark, they definitely still need to come on down, because 93 laps is, even with cautions, that is a big ask here at Richmond.
about Pope being a great driver. I mean, Jess Vaught probably one of those guys too that he could probably go down there and eat a corn dog, and then at the concession stand and get back out there and probably stay on the lead lap.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, I know that he's on a different pit strategy or whatever,
Yeah.
but we just haven't talked about Tim Pope that much tonight, and we probably will talk about him as it gets closer to the end of this thing. But look, almost everybody is on the lead lap except Mike Everett, Chad McCabe is in 26, Mike Taylor, Albert Anderson,
Wow.
Josh Bittner, Andrew Player. These guys are in the back of the field, but they're still on the lead
contact
lap.
there between the 123 and the 84. 84 actually got into the 99 of Albert Anderson there a little bit, but it straightened out his truck all right. And it does at least look to me that the 82 of Mike Everidge disconnecting and putting it up on the hauler and says, I've had enough fun here at Richmond tonight.
Yeah, so everybody on the track is on the lead lap, right? Is that what I'm reading?
Incredible. How
pretty
often do we
impressive.
see that, especially at a short track? It just doesn't happen.
Right. Man, I love Ricky's paint scheme. He's got that AAA on there too. Ooh, somebody went down there. Was that Dobson? Lost a little bit.
I think
of
it is,
ground.
and he's
It's
still
gonna
kind of
stop
stuck
the
on
085.
down there. Almost getting into those pit road barrels. Oh, my goodness.
He
He's trying to
saved it.
merge. He just ran out of room. The guys were coming so fast.
Yeah.
27 gets in the back of the 81, loosens him up there.
Oh,
Ooh, man. Way to hang on to it there, Chachi.
man. Everybody's on the lead lap. That is, I mean, honestly, that is pretty amazing. Testament to how good these guys are here at
That's
Vigilante
fire.
Racing League. Is that what the kids say?
That's what the kids say. That's fire.
Well, like the fire emoji or whatever you.
Oh,
the 27
Pope is around.
Oh, Timothy Pope. I think he got a little help there to spin it on around. As the yellow flag does end up coming back on out.
Well,
Go ahead.
Got a little
heck of,
nudge.
heck of a run we had.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's just one of those things. Like the guys, they get into a rhythm. We get some really good green flag laps in, and yeah, the 8. I think he was thinking that front bumper was gonna clear as he was trying to send it around on the far outside lane, and just clips the 27 machine and sends him on around. Wasn't too heavy of an impact on the inside wall there, so thankfully, I think the 27 will be a-okay. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Burke in the 53 machine is going to guide the field on down onto pit road here. As once again, looks like it might be a little bit close to a 50-50 split on people coming in, taking that final set of tires. I think this could be the money stop here for you fellas, as Ricky Wittenberg, Dylan Bryant, Trevor Robertson, all electing to stay on out. Ricky did come down back on the last caution about 20 laps ago on lap 140. Again, 60 laps. That's a big distance to go on a tank of fuel in those rubbers. But if anyone can do it, Ricky can.
That's a big ask from your tires and your fuel cell. Yeah, I'm with you there. Ricky's shown us before that he knows how to eke out a win on some strategy. He's done it before. Definitely knows his stuff out there. But man, how about this race here at Richmond with the VRL? It's been a great time here. I've enjoyed it hanging out with you guys in the booth. Hopefully the fans out there liking what they see. If they do,
Yeah.
hey, you guys give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And it doesn't cost you anything. It helps us reach more people. It helps our sponsors here.
Yeah. And get more talkative. Y'all get more talkative out there. We're here because of y'all. You know, we want to hear what you have to say and
What do you want
interact
to
with
think?
us.
I mean,
Well, just talk about whatever they see on the track or they think's going to happen or how bad they hate me. I don't care. Whatever you want to say, feel
they
free to
think
say it.
aliens are here or not?
Well, they're here. They're amongst us. You ever seen that lady
Live
on the
ones?
plane? Oh, the lady on the plane? That was
That
pretty
was a
awesome.
lizard person. That's not the same thing.
That's a very similar concept, though.
Well, sure, but it's not alien.
When their eyes don't blink up and down, they go the other way.
The sideways
That's
eye.
yeah,
Like
that's
an
when you
alligator.
know. That's how
Alligator's
that's
got an eye like that.
like that one person said on the news a long time ago. That's a dead giveaway.
That's
Dead giveaway. Yeah, watch out for those lizard people out there. But we're going back to Monday. I know I'm not trying to bash that other league because we love those guys too. But they had 15 cautions, I think, in that race. Right? So we're well under that here.
It was less laps.
Yeah. So I think we're seeing a nice performance for these trucks. But in that league's defense, they were running those Harbor Freight cars, the new ones with the one lug nut and stuff. So those are hard to drive anyway.
Out there in the YouTube chat, Erickson was robbed. Says the 98 truck has been getting his ass kicked out there all over the place. Yep.
All right.
Does happen. Mike Taylor, the Band-Aid truck.
Well, that's maybe why he had the Band-Aid paint scheme.
Guess he
this week.
needs to change his sponsor, maybe?
Going green.
And that we are here with the 55 and the 8 now side by side, heading on back to that green flag inside of 40 laps left to go, about 35 here as oh man, Just Vaught ended up almost coming down pit lane and he gets spun around. Oh, there's some heavy impacts down there.
Chad McCabe came in, had nowhere to go, and smacked the heck out of Jess. He's got some big time damage. Both of those trucks.
That he does, and it looks like McCabe's kind of stuck up against the outside wall. Let's kind of see what happened here as the 33 trying to shuffle his way back up through the field. Oh, gets a little bit of a tap from the 07 from behind and sends him on around.
Dickerson ended up in the grass too in the infield. Came back out onto the track. Oh, we got more action out here. The 88 got rammed from behind now.
Ooh,
Mike Adams on the outside wall.
All right, Adam, get that clipboard ready and maybe a riot shield. I think we're going to start having some stuff go on down there on pit road.
Let's do it. Throw a helmet. Curse somebody in the interview. Whatever you guys want to do.
Oh,
I just was thinking about Ward Burton cursing about Dale Jr. that one time.
88 of Adamson just absolutely getting Mike Tyson'd out there from behind. Oof.
Yeah.
Mayberry getting hard into the 88. I think that's maybe just a mistiming of a breaking point there, and goodness gracious. And then Mayberry afterwards tried to get things all straightened on out. Let's go ahead and kind of follow Mayberry here as the wreck happened. Gets a love tap, and then the 123 snagging a piece of it as well.
Say that interview, he said there's a lot of things I can say about him, but I can't say none of them on the television. Then he walked off.
He threw his helmet at Dale Jr. and like he was within like 6 inches on the track of throwing
And the
his
cars
head
were
out.
hauling ass. Yeah.
They were going to 70, 60 miles an hour around the track on the pace lap. Then
Dale Jr.
he said, if I could have, I'd have shot something through that window or something like that.
I wish I had something to shoot through the window.
He was not happy with Dale Jr. I guess they made amends because on Dale's podcast, the big one, the rich, they're so rich. We're our podcast. Are we going to get rich, Brown? Because
No.
I'd like to. Oh, well, they made amends. What do you think, Brown?
That's the funny thing about race car drivers. Once when they retire, everybody's their friend now.
Uh-huh.
Sure, they're trying to get that
Yeah.
job sitting in somebody's booth somewhere or sitting in
But
Race Hub or something.
say what you want about Dale Jr. and his racing career or his life or whatever. He's really good at historian of NASCAR and putting words out there, communicating with people.
He's a
and interviewing.
custodian of the sport. He really is.
Yeah, he really is awesome.
And it's not
We need guys like him.
it's not like getting those two super old school football coaches that retired and they're like 85 and start fighting each other with their canes and walkers. I remember.
When did that happen?
Oh man, I'll look it up. Hold on, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it was, but it was fantastic. I know you'd enjoy it.
I love a good fight, even between a couple 85-year-olds, you know. I know if when they wheel me into that home, which probably it'll be sooner rather than later, I'm going to be feisty too. I'm not going to put up with nobody's
Guarantee
business over there.
you're gonna be hitting everybody in the head that's got a University of Texas hat on.
That's a fact. I'll smack him right around. I'll show him, you know, this boomer sooner stuff, and then I'm going to be like, "Hey, guy, let's go look at the birds." You know, they had my grandma's place. They had this beautiful bird cage, like the wall length, but then there were just birds everywhere in this cage. And they all just gathered around and looked at the birds. That's what we'll do. I'll hit him with my cane. I'll be like, "Boomer Sooner," and he'll say something to me. I'll hit him again. And then we'll just go watch birds together. That's my dream.
Wheelchair jousting. That's what y'all need to be doing in the retirement home. I think that'd be a fun event. You could take bets on it. Brown
Yeah.
will be there probably.
No, Brown's too young. He may come just to watch and officiate and probably take some money off the house, you know. I'm here, y'all can bet, but I get 10%.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair.
Service fee. Sure.
Albert Anderson saying in the chat, "Never give up, never surrender. Time to go hard." Yes, indeed. Here as we get going once again, side by side, the 6 and the 55 getting the restart all up underway. The 53 and the 8 sitting right there behind them. They're going to be fighting here for a good hot minute. You also got the 84 trying to shuffle his way through the field. 28 as well after overcoming his incident back up inside that top 10. Timothy Pope as well coming back from his incident, trying to sneak his way.
88.
88.
Yep, coming out of turn 4 there, Mike Adamson. Don't know what led to that.
Ooh, looks like maybe him and Mayberry caught each other here once again. Oh no, it started with the 69 machine going side by side there.
Is that Larry Dickerson there?
That it is. It was kind of encroaching on 3 wide, and Dickerson, ooh, man, he went from the bottom way up to the top, gets a piece. It wasn't a heavy piece of the 88. It wasn't like a big shove. It was just a little bit of a love tap that was actually really net code, but they were probably going to touch anyway kind of things.
It may have been a situation where Dickerson thought he was clear. Like he thought he was going to swing around him there, but I'm not sure.
Well, Dickerson is actually apologizing for the incident, but we're not hearing any retort from the other party. That's when you know somebody's not happy.
I mean, the reason why the 88 machine's nickname is the Silent Assassin isn't because he screams into the mic all the time.
That's true.
I thought he had like a different nickname, like he was.
Did you see the 07 dodge that? That was pretty incredible.
I did not.
Yeah, that was
Jonah Long?
no 07. Jack Dixon.
Jack
Oh, there's 7 and 07. Yeah.
Dixon Cider 07.
Yeah, that's a big brand.
It is. Very
of
popular.
cider. Yeah.
And I couldn't find that coach fight, by the way, there, Turner. I'm sorry.
We'll have to get to it.
Yeah.
Post race, we'll have our meeting. You know, we always do a meeting and debrief what we discussed and try to make it better for everyone the next time.
Yeah.
Because this one, I think we're on par for a solid. I'm going to give us so far a solid B. What do y'all think? I haven't done anything crazy, so I think that definitely deserves a B.
Are we on a curve here?
A bell curve, depends on who's grading. I don't know.
Talk about driving hard there, Albert Anderson. It's time to turn it on here. It's I don't know what you guys think. It's coming down to it here. This is a 200 lap contest, and we're gonna restart here with just over 20 to go, I guess. Pretty close to 20 to go. But time to leave nothing out there. On, you know, leave it all on the track, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm confused how these sayings go.
At least you admit it, you know. That's just
I'm not. I'm just some idiot on here.
me too.
Yes, after
I'm like 1 degree smarter than you. You know, like you're dumb, and I'm like just a slight dumber. You know,
whatever
you're.
you got to tell yourself.
I'm dumber, or you're dumber.
If it makes you
We're
feel
both
better,
dumb.
say it. Say it.
There's a couple of dumb guys watching racing, having fun.
Brown just is like herding cats here with us every night, trying to.
Yeah, he has to get control.
Keep
I don't know
everything
how he
orderly.
does it. He left us alone for a little bit, and we didn't go crazy, so that he trusts us a little bit. Yeah. And here we go, Brown.
Yeah.
Back to it.
I trust you guys more and more each day. Here is the 6 and the 53 now. Go up to speed side by side across the line. Green flag racing here once again. 23 laps now
Big wreck.
remaining. As a big one happens in the back end of the field. Cars scattered everywhere.
Dixon involved. So was Dobson.
Uh-oh. 2 Canadians?
2 Canadians and about 5 other trucks.
Man.
Mercy.
Well, that, like, y'all were talking, rhythm track, right? So we are out of rhythm at the moment. And we're kind
Ooh, you know what? There was a... Going to the green flag, that bottom line checked up pretty hard, and the 085 had the 18 right in front of him. Basically have to slam onto his brakes, and the 085 did, but the 33 did not. Gets into the back end of the 085, who then goes up to the outside wall, and you can start seeing people pointed not the direction that these trucks should be pointed, and it gets all helter-skelter down there.
Hey, English, you think
Yes, sir.
Lori Vaught, our race control,
Yes.
is documenting all this and making notes of who's messing up and who's going to be penalized? And
She's at her typewriter right now, and
I
it's
think so
on
too.
fire. Yeah.
I
Guaranteed.
love the old typewriter where you have to slide it after you're done with a sentence. Shoot, you know.
You know what I really love those court stenographers that have like the 6 button ones, but somehow it spells out the entire alphabet.
Isn't that wild how they do that? That's a pressure job too.
You know, some of them cheat now. They don't have that shorthand keyboard anymore. They have like a little. It looks like a mask that goes over their face, and they just talk into it. Have y'all seen that?
I have not. I live in 1978 where I'm at the courthouse. I have not seen that. But it's a super skill, Brown. I mean, that little device, I don't understand it. And I think you have to go to school for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
For sure.
Oh, for sure. Well, and not only that, but, you know, I'm also, nowadays, pretty much every single courtroom's, you know, got a video camera in it and recording devices. So, if anyone ever needs, like, a transcript of anything, they can...
Let's go to the instant replay.
Right.
Exactly. And, you know, it's... Again, being a public forum, I'm sure it's required by whatever act of whatever year. It has to be you know, released to the public as a public domain thing. So,
Yeah.
This replay is sponsored by Blue Fox Properties.
Court replay. We got a real taste of the court. I think it was 94 or 5 when the one guy he couldn't put that glove over his
Get him on.
swollen hands. He took a bunch of salt that night before because his defense team knew it was coming. He ate a bunch of salt. That was interesting.
Is that when he killed his wife in a way?
Well, it was alleged. That was he did by the preponderance of the evidence in the civil court, but in the actual court of criminal law, he did not get convicted.
I think he's still out there searching.
He's
for,
searching for the murderers. Yeah. Go ahead and found the real suspect yet, but I mean, I guess there's still time.
Yeah.
He sure did have a cool white Bronco, though. That was awesome.
Sure.
I think it belonged to Hertz.
Where he was jumping over
Yeah, he jumped over all the aisles and
seatings and stuff. Yeah.
God, what an amazing! If you just look back in the recent history of stuff, it's a wild ride here in America. Hopefully, we're gonna have a wild ride right here, Brown.
I know. I love how you guys are talking about Bob Ross. That's such a wild man out there. As the 53 and the 6 get going side by side here once again. Green flag is out and away we go. 17 laps now remain. The 6 trying to get a run here up on that far outside lane. The 55 and the 8 going side by side here right behind them, as well as meanwhile in the back it is Scattershot there. The 33 of Just Fought in full send mode, trying to make up all those positions here and get back up onto that podium. He's going side by side with the 98 of Mike Taylor right now. Meanwhile, the 81 and the 99 going side by side. You got the 27 and the 7 going side by side.
Klein and Anderson duking it out right here behind Chachi. Don't know. It looks like Chachi kind of moved up there, kind of be a pit. Here we go, 3 wide.
3 wide, and the 99 starting to ping pong a little bit, but able to keep it together. Meanwhile, the 92 continues to try to pass. Oh, well, he was trying to pass until he went all the way down to the inside apron. The 18 getting kind of thrown off his marks here, having to avoid a possible contact down there. Meanwhile, the 53 Jeremiah Burke does break free of some of the madness down there.
Klein's car just went hard left.
Ooh, Ricky just went hard left too. Did he hit the wall?
It doesn't look like it. He was able to get it all wrangled back together again, and he's now going side by side against the 7 machine.
Guys coming down to it. Player and the 123 Gallagher, a little bit of contact. Nothing became of it. Now Gallagher's in the outside wall scraping a bit. This is all happening right in front of Klein, who has contact with, I can't tell who that is. Was that the 07 of Dixon? It was Dixon. Getting intense, boys.
Yeah, Trevor Robertson up 17 in second place, trying to fight Jeremiah Burke. That's interesting. Dylan Bryant too.
A doggone hornet's nest here.
Ooh, they're bad this time of year too. So hot. Making everybody wild and crazy out here tonight. Am I reading this right? Timothy Pope is 5th? I'd already wrote him off. What an idiot. He's back up here.
And of course, I just had that great rundown and I forgot my mic was muted for a second.
Oh.
Ooh, into the outside. Yeah, I know you guys heard me. It was a great rundown, wasn't it? As the 99 scrapes the outside wall there for just a split second. Now 6 laps left to go. The 14 and the 92 almost making a little bit of contact here fighting over 14th.
I guess you were muted on the broadcast.
Yes.
You got too many mute buttons over there. Too many buttons.
Well,
to
one
punch.
would think a red flashy light in the middle of my face, I would recognize it, but nope.
Yeah, I don't recognize much anymore. I just talk. I don't know if I'm mute's on or not.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Nothing.
All that,
Just
all that
it's pretty much over. Wheel me to the home with the old UP fan, and we'll just have a battle.
Adamson in line behind the 84 in the 14 and the 92. Everybody's getting all lined up here for the final 4 laps to go.
Flying back here, still fighting these guys. He's trying to get every spot he can, but that thing is just not holding grip down there on that low line by the yellow line down there.
And I'm pretty much everybody's in the same boat for whatever tires they got here left, with Jeremiah Burke out in front in that 53 machine. The 6 hanging on tight as well, with the 23 of Sean McDonald trying to fight over some of those podium spots. Meanwhile, the 88 and the 92 do finally make it side by side. The 49 of David Kelly going side by side with the 16 of Kyle Vaught, who at one point was up there encroaching on a top 10, and now back here in 23rd. The 123 John Gallagher and the 085 of Greg Dobson having a great battle here with 2 laps to go. Now 1 singular lap to go. White flag is waving. Final lap here tonight as the 53 breaks on down across that line into turns 1 and 2. He's got a pretty hefty margin right there behind him, about 3/4 of a second. He just got to be smooth as butter, and smooth sailing it will be as the 53 of Jeremiah Burke comes across the line, picking up the race win. Trevor Robertson and Sean McDonald coming in second and third. We did also have some instances of some crashed race cars there as they were coming down across the line. The 14 and the 84 starting to almost make a little bit of contact there. Oh, the 88 gets up into the back quarter panel of the 14. That one was just a full send.
Yeah, he apologized, but I mean, it looked like he drove right into him. I couldn't figure out what the mistake was there, because it just like a torpedo just went right into him.
Well, they got their picture taken up front. Burke, Robertson, and McDonald. Dylan Bryant, good race. Timothy Pope, same. Jonathan Long, Osborne, Wittenberg, Just Vaught worked his way through some struggles. Same with Albert Anderson, up 15 spots there. Kelly Kale as well. I mean, really fun race to watch.
That indeed. And we do have a random draw driver here tonight, and it will be whoever finished in 22nd there, Mr. English.
Got Kyle Vaught.
Oh, Lord.
Getting
you
to
go.
talk to the rookie here tonight.
He was up 6, so he had a positive note. Getting a little better every race. Man.
53 of Jeremiah Burke burning down the tires. Well, the tires wouldn't give, so the engine did instead. Unfortunately for Jeremiah, we were talking earlier on before, during all the practices and whatnot, for whatever reason, his paint would not load. He had a beautiful red, white, and blue paint scheme all set up for that all-star racing team here tonight, but just not quite able to see it here. At least his number matched up, though, Turner.
Everybody, these guys here in this league, they know. They've already gotten a wrath. Everybody's matched up tonight. It went real smooth on that end. They know what not to anger me. Because I am the anger management specialist, right, Brown?
That you are.
So you can give me some breathing exercises to do or something if I get mad about something?
No, I don't know how to do all that. That's why I'm the anger management guy.
Well, how do you
I'm not.
manage my anger? How are you going to help me manage my anger?
I don't want to manage. I just want to harvest it and turn it into,
Into more
hatred.
power.
Yeah.
Well,
Anti-hero.
while
Yeah.
you guys talk about turning stuff into anger and hatred, how about a guy that almost tried to get a better finish than his arch rival here tonight, the 16 of Kyle Vaught, rookie here in this season here tonight, having a little bit of a rough go of it, but all in all, an up night, up 6 positions for you here tonight, Kyle. Solid run there for the 22nd, but we were discussing it kind of during the broadcast, and mentioning like this being your rookie season. Richmond is not an easy track for the best of veterans, let alone someone who's relatively new to iRacing.
Definitely not. But it's a fun track, man. I had a lot of fun. But first off, I gotta say, team ain't dead yet. There's no team orders. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way now. There's no team orders. I went on there and just did what I thought best.
Well, hold on to your socks, because next week, probably our favorite track to cover is Michigan, and that's where you guys are headed next week here in the Vigilante Racing Series here on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Is that a track that you have many laps at? Have you gone back and watched any previous races? Have you done your homework here? I mean, I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, so I have run Michigan a little bit. We do that on the fun races a lot on Friday nights and stuff. So I'm definitely more comfortable with that track. That's kind of the thing for me, man, is when each week I'm buying these tracks. I've never raced these tracks until I get some laps on them. And, I practice as much as I can here and there, but not as much as everyone else. So, but, I just try to drive clean and fair, and the speed and everything, like Bittner always tells me, the speed will come with time. Just learn my lines and learn how to drive clean and not wreck people.
Well, you did a good job of that tonight. I mean, positive note. You ended up 22nd, but you're up 6 spots, and this is a real tough track. So you did a good job. And
Thank you.
who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
My mom and dad, of course. I wouldn't have gotten into this if it wasn't for them. So both of them. Taylor, of course, always, even though she's my dad's #1 fan. And then the team, Bittner, Ricky, Pope, and Trevor. They're an awesome team to have. They, walk me through and help me out whenever I got questions. So I appreciate them a lot. And the one thing I am bummed about with this race is that Dave Mayberry did get ahead of me. And that's kind of my goal each week. I could be 28th. If he's 29th, that's cool. I'm just trying to get ahead of him.
Got to stay ahead of Uncle Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks to y'all. It is different being on this side and not getting to watch it and chat with y'all every week, but appreciate everything that y'all do.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations there for being the random draw driver of the evening and having a pretty solid race there for yourself there. Number 16 of Mr. Kyle Vaught, your random draw driver here tonight. Congratulations there, buddy.
And thanks, y'all. Have a good night.
Sounds like his daddy. Kind of.
Hey, a little bit. Just a little bit, but that's all right. And we also now kind of move up on to the podium where we talk to tonight's second place finisher, Mr. Trevor Robertson, getting a little bit better result than you did last week. I know you were experiencing some technical stuff at Pocono, and you were definitely looking like you had some speed there as well, but able to come away with a solid second place, up 17 spots on the day there, Trevor. Definitely not easy to do.
Yeah, definitely not. I had to calibrate my throttle different just to even make it work. So what I'm used to giving throttle in the corners, I was given a little bit more, and that was, it caused me to spin once. And then when I spun, my wheel got uncalibrated, and I was holding the wheel sideways to go straight. It was a mess out there for me.
Well, my buddy across the border up there in Arkansas, I got to ask you a couple of questions here. What do you think about Michigan coming up? We know it's one of our favorite tracks to watch and race at. We absolutely love it. And how do you think you're going to do there? And then what is the significance of the Penguin which is your awesome Ain't Dead Yet paint there that Ricky did for you.
It's just an old screen name. Everybody used to call me Penguin back in the day, but
Okay.
it's and he was doing a zombie theme, and I was like, well, the zombie penguin would be kind of neat to throw it back to
Cool.
like 2013, but but no, Michigan. I'm not the best at Michigan. I mean, I expect at least a top 10, but I'm not so great at saving my right front there. I just struggle finding the line, but maybe it'll be different. Hopefully, my brake won't be giving ghost inputs. That's my main issue on these long tracks right now.
Well, Michigan is going to be fun. Great job tonight working your way up to where you did. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
I just shout out to y'all in the booth for putting on a good show every week, and Jess and Lori for, putting this league together and keeping it running and keeping everybody from tearing each other's heads off. And my team that ain't dead yet. We did pretty decent tonight.
Yep, and that you did, man. So congratulations to that six machine, Mr. Trevor Robertson, up 17 spots on the evening, picking up the second place finish, man. Good job, and we'll see you next week over there at Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Y'all have a good one.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. And so I guess it's a 3-champion household over there at the Burke residence as the 53 picks up the win here and coming off a cheerleading win for the kiddos and whatnots. And again, kind of bummed out we didn't get to see that paint scheme here tonight, Jeremiah, but paint scheme or not, you had to put in the work, making the effort to creep on up that leaderboard and eventually pick up that win.
Oh yeah! First of all, I want to give a shout out to Amara and Elena. They'll love to hear their names on the TV here,
Sweet.
for their championship, their state championship in their cheerleading age groups. But yeah, man, I didn't know what strategy was going to win the race. It looks like mine did, so that's good. But I had no idea that was going to happen. I wanted to be at the front with the fresh tires somehow, some way, and I made it happen. So I'm super happy. Got an oval win.
Well, congratulations to you, and congratulations to those young ladies who. That's a lot of work preparing for all those cheer competitions and stuff like that. So, congrats to them. You got Michigan coming up next week on the schedule here for VRL and for NASCAR Cup. What you think about that track? You're pretty much good everywhere. Yeah, it is an oval, but it's an oval. It's a technical oval, kind of like this one, but just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's about the same shape though, so we should be good.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, unfortunately, that's like VRL's home track, so it's everybody's best track. So the competition's going to be intense, but it's going to, that's the good thing. Well, the majority of us have raced for each other for years, 2 years now at that track for fun every weekend. We can race 3, 4 wide, battle hard. That is going to be the most fun race of the season next week, I promise.
Oh man, that track is probably my favorite. I know Brown and I are champions there, so we know how fun it is. You can really have different strategies. The turns are different. It's just an overall awesome track to run. So looking forward to that. But great job surviving this one. It was a tough one. Small track, a lot of hard racing out there. You came in first. Good job. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Again, Amar and Elena, they blew me out of the water this weekend. That was great. And then of course Albert, Dylan, Larry, and Jack. Me and Jack were strategizing, practicing hard together. That was a good race. Jess, Lori for putting this great league on. I love racing here. I was sad I got to miss it last week. It felt like forever when I got here this week. Been racing with these guys, and then we put on a pretty good show. I'm happy.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations going out to that 53, Mr. Jeremiah Burke, picking up the race win here tonight at the tricky track of Richmond, man. We'll definitely go and celebrate this one for the week, man, and we'll see y'all back out here in action for Michigan starting next week.
Thanks, good. Let's see if we can have this conversation again next week.
Yes, sir. That will be definitely exciting indeed. But Looks like that will conclude the interviews here tonight. Don't blame him. Sean McDonald probably has to get to bed and get to work early here. So
I think his phone was going dead. He said, and he was using Discord on his phone. I believe,
that's also a possibility. But good job there. Good job there, Sean. Great effort finishing up on that podium for that 23 machine and representing Canada here tonight.
Yeah, he wanted to avoid my metric questions, I think. So, but good job for him to get third place.
And that indeed, but nonetheless, that concludes the race in action here tonight from Richmond, fellas. And yeah, there was some cautions. We kind of knew it was going to happen. That's just Richmond. That's just short track racing. You know, it's the meme likes to go. And
are you Denny Hamlin or something?
I forget who it is, but either way, at the end of the day, that we did have some really good long runs there, kind of in between all the chaos. And man, it was a lot of two by two racing that I didn't think we'd get to see.
We saw better racing here than we see a lot of leagues do at mile and a halves. So that's really says a lot to the competition and the overall quality of racers and racing that VRL puts on here. So we're definitely glad to be here broadcasting these guys. Is this our third season here?
I think this is season number 6, and we've been here for since the beginning, essentially. So,
yeah, but it's great. They're constantly improving, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's grown a lot, and looking forward to what they have in store next week, man. At Michigan, that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the diamond race of the season for sure. People are not going to want to miss that one. But first, let's tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here in this one, with the 53 of Jeremiah Burke picking up that race win, 6 of Trevor Robertson with a great finish up there in second, and the 23 of Sean McDonald rounding out that podium. The 8 of Dylan Bryant came back through the field quite a few times to snag up that 4th place finish here tonight. 27 Timothy Pope did a great job as well, coming back from a little bit of that adversity to finish inside of that top 5. Your hard charger of the day is going to be the 7 of Jonah Long, up 23 spots here this evening, finishing tonight in 6th. The 81 Jonathan Osborne having a pretty solid run here as well, finishing there in 7th. The 55 of Ricky Wittenberg having a great run as well. Another great run for the Ain't Dead Yet team all in all. He finishes here tonight in 8th. 9th will be Mr. Jess Vaught in that 33 machine. Man, if that guy didn't have bad luck, he would not have any luck whatsoever. Just another race that that we saw him shuffled back through the field, but he did a great job fighting on back and finishing inside of that top 10 in 9th. With the 01 of Kelly Keel, man, he was definitely making some noise out there pretty much all race long inside of that top 10, having a great run and finishing there in 10th.
America's driver of the 99 of Albert Anderson up 15 spots, but couldn't break into the top 10 here. He'll finish in 11th. Up 8, Mike Taylor in the 98 Band-Aid machine. Really needed a few out there tonight. Band-Aids, that is. Some damage on that truck occurring several times. Andrew Player in the 18, involved in a couple of little altercations out there on the track as well. Who didn't get into a few bumps and scrapes out there tonight? He'll finish in 13th. 14th will be Josh Bittner in the 84 Chudzilla machine. Great run for him out there. He's up 10. Greg Klein started up inside row number 2, and the driver of the 92 just not able to make anything happen here tonight. He'll finish in 15th place. Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29 machine will finish in 16th place. Larry Dickerson in the 69 truck will finish in 17th. 18th, George McCone in the 28. One of our favorite Canadians there, Greg Dobson in the 085. Up 4 spots, he'll finish in 19th. Rounding out your top 20, John Gallagher in the 123.
All right, the 49 of David Kelly, 21st. 16, Kyle Vaught, we talked to him, 22nd. 14 of Dustin with the Y, Dustin Eaton, 23rd. 24th, 88, Michael Adamson. 07 of Jack Dixon. another Canadian, 25th. 26th, Chad McCabe in the 11. Mike Average really had a rough one after we talked to him, the number 82. Andrew Cawthon really had a rough one because he had some equipment issues and didn't even get to race with us. And Lori Vaught there is our race control. Thank you, Lori.
Man, that indeed, and that is your field here tonight from Richmond. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time with all of us. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live and you don't miss a single second of the great race in action. And if you enjoy any of it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well so we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got growing up on over here. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to the fantastic sponsors of this great league, like GC Cruise Travel. Mr. Greg Klein over there, he can help you out with your next vacation. Just give him a call, send him an email, or reach out to him over there on the Facebooks. He specializes in cruises mainly, but man, he can really help you on out. Maybe you want to do like an Ireland golf trip, man, he's got you all set up. Maybe you want to do some stuff domestically here in the US, like maybe go to like a national park. He can get you set up for that as well. But make sure you get your next travel stuff all set up by Mr. Greg Klein over there at GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of AAA Broadcasting. And of course, what happens when your traveling ends? Well, you need to return home. So why not get into the dream home of your dreams and give Dave Mayberry a call over there at Blue Fox Properties, 520-850-4189. Whether you're in that Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country, be sure to give Dave a call and get yourself a fantastic lead and a fantastic experience buying a house, because this housing market, man, it's just getting crazier and crazier, and there's a whole lot of bad realtors that really just want to take advantage of you, whereas Dave really just wants to help you on out. So don't delay and get a good quality realtor here today. And so with that concludes all the action here for this week. No more races until Sunday night, where the action picks back on up over there in the playoffs for the NTRL Super Speedway Series. So it's going to be a little bit of a while, but don't you worry, we'll be back for that. But until then, I'm Alan Brown. For Alan English and Adam Turner, we're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.